hate it when things get messy.
Lord have
Wow, before I
mercy!
get that in there.
Whatever you need to fit the mood. I got you covered. Normally I'd say kids are a burden, but when they come with a super mutant bodyguard, you learn to love them. Have fun in Watoga.
Goddamn
Having a
years
dull
of
moment down
bleeding!
there, from what I hear.
Get off the stage!
Well, I've been kind of curious if I can get Raider experience by playing an instrument on the stage.
Those Blood Eagles are crazy. People think we're the bad guys.
Alright. Alright, now there yesterday I was told that everybody was watching videos on YouTube about the Legendary Run, and I was asked why I haven't made one. I'm still trying to figure out why all these people are watching my videos and there's no likes and there's nobody watching them. But yet, I keep getting told by people that they're watching them. Anyway, doesn't matter, I guess, whatever. Anyway, here's the Legendary Run. Alright, you open up your map, and if you haven't done it, there, blah, 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 blah. Alright, you go to L1, which is whatever there with yours with the PCs and whatever, and there's Legendary Run. Open it up, and you get a game board. And as you can see, I've done 10 of them. I did 10 of them in the matter of like 2 days. The first day I popped out like 6 of them, I think. Yeah, I think I got this one on the first day, and that's because I did the weeklies at the same time I did the dailies. And then yesterday, which was my second day, because it takes an entire day for me to get a download done. See, I live out in the middle of nowhere, and our internet out here is so slow, it is unbelievable. If I could, I would open up PlayStation and show you the bar, and if you've ever seen the bar, if you've been in the PlayStation to do that, I've got about less than the width of a pencil of the whole entire PlayStation bar that indicates my web service. That's how much internet service I have out here. Anyway, made it about right there, and then I got these 3 yesterday, but I really wasn't trying yesterday. I'm just farming for my girl. I should do a video on her. I'm still on the fence. That I need to work on sneak perks for her, and in order to do that, I have to throw away my cap business, and to throw away my cap business means there's no money. And if there's no money in game, then there's no anyway, and the circle just keeps going around and around and around, that it's either throw away the cap business or suffer through without the sneak and the VATS, because the sneak is what gives you the plus in the fixers, and the VATS is what gives you the plus in VATS. And without those two, the max I can pull is 1,000 to 1,500 a round, which is impressive, to say the least, but I can do better. I estimate that I can roughly pull about 3,000, and I gotta throw away caps to do it. I think maybe if I can figure out how to do VATS, I've got these 2 guns that I think I can pull upwards of 8,000 a round, not counting critical shot. But anyway, I digress. This is about the Legendary Run, not about the annoyance of the details of the game.
You don't hear a word I say.
Alright.
You talking in the room.
I was right in here with you at the
Anyway,
table.
as you progress through the blah 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 blah, yeah, it comes up and you get, you know, power armors and lunchboxes and gun skins and things that you'd normally have to buy in the Atom shop, and then it goes into the second role, and there's been people talking about.
Did you close the bedroom door?
No.
And there with there's been some talk about people making videos about how they got the first run done and they're already on the second run. I don't know anything about that. I don't watch videos on YouTube that much. There with I have some TV shows I like, and as you can see there with you can burn there through it yourself and see all the items they're available, caps, atoms. Ooh, a white one. Interesting. There with paints, which are very helpful. It keeps people from harassing you about your guns. If I had $1 for every time somebody harassed me for my bloody or my quad fixer, I would, I don't know, retire in an island nation somewhere. That's how often I get asked for those weapons. Anyway. And then that's the prize at the end of the rainbow or whatever there with the... Anyway. The point system works with challenges, and it hasn't refreshed yet today. I was figuring it hadn't. Each one of these are just like what it was with atoms. As you can see down at the atom bar, I am getting atoms for them and on top of the scores and what you're receiving, or I am receiving, or however there you prefer me to say it. Nuclear Winter, there are variances of the Nuclear Winter 1. The first one that I came to was you had to completely level up. To completely level up, you have to win like 3 to 5 matches in a row, depending on your approach to winning matches. I did not do that one. I did this one because it was only 30 minutes. It took me about 45 minutes to do it because of load screens. This is the repeatable one, which is by far farming experience. You only get 100. Pretty freaking easy. Like I did in a video, I do believe in one of my previous ones, I leveled up 50 times during a double XP weekend. The triple XP weekend, I didn't bother with it. There with the guy I needed leveled up was the guy I leveled up, and that was the end of that. It just anyway. There are the challenges. I'm about done with challenges. Wait, yeah, that's wood. Craft mines and blah blah. There with the. I'm not even trying to farm these things because you know you just farm them and they're gone. And this guy doesn't play Nuclear Winter. And I got a workshop I'm missing. What's up with that? I didn't know that. Ammunition factory, and what does that say? Dabby Homestead. What the hell? I've took that thing like a million times. Anyway, and like I said, then whoa, what was? Wait, what was that one? Oh, that must be a new one or something. There with it doesn't even have a tag on what it's worth. And then the collections. I have a book. I can look up a location of every one of those, but I just there with the what's it matter? And once it's done, you can't. It's not. It doesn't get undone. It's not on every character. It's only on the account. And eventually, and the same thing with the possum badges. I need to do those. I've been plugging away on these. This here, I need a plan that you can only get from the Arcos farm. No, I don't kill them. Take a picture of a Milorger King. I just haven't done it. Anyway. The dailies and the weeklies is where the answer to your problem is. And leveling up. Alright. Back out of this. If it gave it to me, it didn't go peeping. Got a couple lunch boxes. Some alcohol. Need some more food. This guy's a vegetarian, which really, I'm gonna have to spend the money and reset his mutations. A lot of them are pretty freaking useless. A lot of people go carnivore. I went herbivore because plants are more prevalent and I don't have to kill anything to do it. A lot of my gameplay is avoiding killing things. It works out great. It's, you know, and there's like these food bonuses that you wouldn't believe the food bonuses. But I mean, in the end, you're better off without either one, in my opinion, because then you're free to eat whatever you want, whenever you want, and however you want, and you can use both sides of the bonuses, and you just don't get as much bonuses of the bonuses by not taking sides. But in my opinion, you're better off not taking sides. And just that way you can use both sides, and you know it's kind of like well, I'm not in that guy right now. My builder doesn't have a weapon card. He doesn't run any weapon cards at all. And he's still, like, yesterday I was down fighting the queen with my builder, and I was doing 3,500 damage on the people around the queen, and I was doing as much as 500 damage on the queen. And 500 damage on the queen isn't much with the melee, but it's pretty good for someone who hasn't got any melee cards at all. Anyway, the next confusing thing, the social part. Okay, I'm still on the fence with this one because I join teams and I hardly ever form teams. And then there's some variances to the actual team parts of it. Okay. As you can read, it's pretty self-explanatory. That one is obviously intelligence, because it says +1 intelligence. This one is plus 25% AP for completing events. That's an AP boost, but only in events. See, some people have been confused about that. The AP bonus is only during events. There was a slight argument about it yesterday or the day before. Anyway, and we all just dropped it and let the person think that they were right, because it's easier than trying to explain it after you explained it 3 times to them, and they still aren't listening and they still don't understand it. You're better off just to drop it, because they're not going to listen and they're not going to understand. You can approach it again later if you want to. Correct them when you can. In the end, all you can do is, you know, if they're not going to listen and you've explained it to them 3 times, they're not going to listen, and that's the end of it. I mean, it doesn't matter how many times you explain it to them, they're not listening, and building. Oh, we already did building. All right, create bonus for legendary kills. Again, that's pretty self-explanatory. Role-playing, charisma, event XP, bonus luck, which, okay, again, this one here would be the better one of the bunch, but it all has to do with what you prefer, and in the end, Most people go for the XP during events because everybody's farming events right now to get to the gold bullion, and they're closed gold bullion system, which is really irritating. There's another system that's closed too right now. Oh yeah, the legendary scripter. It's also a closed system. It's really irritating. There's the makes no sense. Okay, and here's bonus intelligence and bonus endurance. Bonus endurance is a very good thing. I think, a video with my builder about how my cards are all endurance on him because it makes him immortal. And I can literally go into a nuke zone and squat down and just stand there, and with my Tesla power armor, the ghouls will. And the only catch to it is I have to be on team, and we have to have Rad Sponge Searing. That's the only key, the only thing that's to it. I have to have something taking the rads off, like Rad Away or Rad Sponge, and I can just sit right there in the middle of the tennis court, which is where I prefer to do it, and every ghoul in the place will run over and smack me until they die. It's there. It's endurance, and intelligence is, of course, your building and supplies and repairs, and anyway, everything else is pretty much the same. They did add the little icons here. That's pretty convenient. Team's still the same, and then the reputations. I've been meaning to do a video on that, but it's just you do the labor, you do the labor, you do the labor. If you question the questions and you experiment with the answers, you'll find opportunities to feed the settlers' friend side, and you'll find opportunities to feed the raider side, and you can control and manipulate which ones get it, and all except I think 2 of the things in which you can do for it. No, I think all of them you can pick a side on all of them. Maybe the communications one in Raiders, you can't pick a side on that one. I think that's it. And get bonuses for the other side by picking a side. It helps out a lot and gets you right up. It climbs pretty fast actually, while you're farming the treasury notes, which buys you the stuff in the 79. And I'm too fat to fly. And let's go over, and which one is it? Communications.
You here to help? Because I got stuff that needs doing. I need more salvageable locations on your map.
Locations on the map. Oh, look, a bear. Holy shit. Sure. Let's just let a bear right in here. Might as well. Oh, there's another one. There, third one. Sometimes they run in packs and threes. How about a warning next time, you raider bastards? Alright. Anyways, this is my pistol build. There with the It's like running a combat rifle, basically. I mean, it's not as powerful as a combat rifle, but it's not bad. They desperately need to bring in a pistol that is a little better, because what they've got is just garbage, and it's just more garbage and more garbage, and it's really sad. The black powders aren't half bad, and they're with but they're so slow. The Western revolver's the best. Do I even I'm not even carrying it. Yeah, I replaced it with the pipe pistol to give it a try. Yeah, that's what they need. They need to make that pipe pistol right there the same as the Fixer with the sneak perk. That would give you an extra. It would shoot it up to about 80 or so, somewhere around in there, and by having the sneak perk and your other cards in, you'll be able to pull like 250 with it. I was running the junkies with one of these, and anyway, there with the I digress. Right now, rifleman is the only way to go. Hi. Alright. Gotta do something about my weight. The new download, I got one more thing. The new download, added some stuff to the Vault 79, and the Vault 79 download with it finally gave us some stuff that we desperately needed. Let's check ammo. Nope, there she is. And got me down to 10 pounds. 9 pounds. I need to get Fallout first again. It's been such a struggle since I lost it. There with there we go. Off to 79. Yeah, I was doing a Red Dead bounty hunt the other day, and one of my friends popped into party and was watching my video, and it said no one was watching my video. So he reset his PlayStation and came back and watched the video again, and then commented on it, and that's when he commented on it is when it finally flagged that he was watching the video. I don't think I have any bullion to spend with this guy. He's been kind of on park. I was fighting to get the Thorn armor. Everybody else is chasing after the Secret Service armor, and I'm chasing after the Thorn armor. I wanted it really bad when it was in Vault 94, but I just couldn't get the stuff done in the amount of time for the timer. And I tried to get a crew together, and one of my outserts of my business right before the last week come by and asked me if I had any of the plans or anything, and I said no, I couldn't get it. And he said, well, I want you to meet some people I found running Vault 94. So we went over and I talked to those people, and they took me on several runs, and the only way they could beat the timer on Vault 94 was by cheating the programming and doing it with no timer.
Agents live by rules.
Unfreaking
Cole
believable.
seems to have forgotten that. Yeah, we don't
And
call him
I'm talking
slick,
people
but
running 3,000 a shot fixers and heavy gunners running 600 to 800 around, and melee builds swing in 5,000 to 8,000, and they still couldn't get it within the timer. Okay, over here, Gauss pistol, which I was not impressed with at all. The damage output is low, the load speed is low. I had a quad faster fire rate that was pretty decent. If you are going to go this direction for a quad pistol, I mean for a Gauss pistol, I would recommend faster fire rate, period. After that, it's whatever tickles your fancy. A troubleshooters would do really good against robots. I haven't got one yet on my rolls. You know, roulette will, and that's it. So I just, if I ever get a troubleshooter one, I'm going to give it a try and see what I think. But I would say a troubleshooter is the way to go. I picked one off one of my weapons dealers yesterday for this guy I got to send down. It's a troubleshooter's laser rifle. I got to convert it over to a laser pistol and give it to this guy, and then I should be able to... anyway, I'm trying to do the Secret Service armor on this guy, but that's not what the video is supposed to be about with the downloads. The helmets are expensive. Where's it at? I think I passed it. I think I passed it. Yeah, all right, there. There's the new one. There's a protective lining, which I do believe I haven't bought it yet, but I do believe the protective lining is basically the same thing as the ones we're all running now with the Enclave and the Brotherhood, and there's a big fight about all that stuff. But I've been on the Enclave bunker on the bandwagon from day one. From the first time they brought them and dropped them off in my business, I have been on the Enclave bandwagon. Everything else is, and don't get me wrong, Vault Tech is great for building, but the Enclave is perfect. It's exactly what you want. I have both the Enclave, and I have a couple Brotherhoods too, because people, and it's easier just to give in to them than it is to continue the argument after a period of time. Okay, the Secret Service Under Armour, right there, 250, and I do have enough, so I'm gonna go for it. And then the Shielded Liner, 200, and I'm gonna go for that. Okay, and then like I said, the Solar Armor here, when you have all 5 pieces, you regenerate your health and the health of all your teammates. If you rolled the dice enough times and got a good set of armor, when you're in team, you couldn't ask for a better armor, especially for you and your team. There's the power armor, some more power armor. I'm doing that on my builder. Let's see, here's the thorn armor that I was talking about. That stuff, anything that hits you gets damage, and it increases your sneak. And the sneak is so good on that stuff, guys, that I can literally walk around the clubhouse of White Springs and not wake up a ghoul. Literally walk the whole club and not wake up a ghoul. Not crouch and sneak around. Walk around. I don't even have to sneak around to keep from waking them up. That's how good that stuff is. Anyway. And there's treated. Treated's about the same as I think protective or resistance or something. There might be a resistance here too, and I still can't believe how expensive the hoods and masks are. It's flabbergasting, I guess.
Agent
There's
Stern should never have had a
correct
child.
word for it.
That little brat is a pain in the
$750. I
ass.
was supposed to be buying a
Just call it
limb, and
Pete
I was
for
saving
short.
up to buy 2 limbs because I need 3,000 to buy those. And I think I bought the buttress already for it. There with yeah, the buttress, and the buttress.
If AC reduces the
And the chest
paperwork
piece.
anymore, I'll be out of a frickin' job. Well, but he's the agent in charge, so...
I thought about the biochem. Yeah, there's the biochem. I bought the biochem for the chest because that's the one I like. Anyway, that's the new stuff here. If I forgot anything or you have any questions, leave a remark when I get around to using my laptop, because we cannot use multiple devices at a time. The service will not allow it. If I get a chance, I will take a look at YouTube, see if there's any comments. I'll try to reply. I always try to reply. Comment while I'm on the video, I reply. Whatever. I swear. The sky's blue. The sun comes up every morning. Anything else I can tell you that's obvious? Anyway. Let me do a thought. See, somebody just finally popped in. Sweet. Hello. I'm starving. I doubt I'll be able to fast travel, and there's no food on me. Good junk. Lots of good junk. None of it's food. None of it's food. I thought I was heading that wrong way. And I want a stim pack, because I'm starving. I don't have very many to spare on this guy either. Well, not very many to spare at all. There we go. Now this gun is kind of useless. Oh, the bow. I forgot I've been running the bow. That does look like the structure right down there. I hardly ever play in third person. Yep. Yeah, there with everybody's like explosive. Well, plasma actually does damage to robots, where the explosive, well, it does do damage to robots, but it also kills you and blah blah blah. And they do about the same damage output. So there's that. Plus, nothing like a big explosion to let people know you're there. There we are. Yeah, you heard me. You're right. And didn't even come close. Yeah, you wouldn't believe how fault VATS are. It's really freaking sad. We got one more there. What is the perks on this thing? No bash damage. So I'd be dumb to walk up there. And I'm glitched. And is that DOS? That's DOS running. Look, DOS is running. Quick, quick. Come on, I need some food. Come on, I need some food. I think I got like 3 copies of that letter because every time I find it, I want to read it. And every time I'm disappointed with what it says. Come on, I need some food. So I can get to a armor bench to make this armor I just bought so I can finish this video. Get back to farming my legendary scripts. Let's check these dead bodies over here. Where did they go? There's one. Got a boxing glove, some fiberglass. Everything you could possibly want, except food. And where's that first one I killed? Right here by this shit, I swear. There it is. And pre-war money. Oh, bobblehead. Ooh, it's locked. Big wrench. Fuel. Nothing. Let's see if there's anything over here. I don't want to pick it.
Who's there?
Yeah. Yeah, you were first impressed by the bow, but then you realized just now how it's not impressive at all, and how the only reason why I did 500 with it was because I was sneaking and I caught it off guard, and it's an instigating. And Red Dead, you push both buttons and you locate all plant life nearby. It's very handy. I only bring it up because I've been doing some Red Dead recordings and I had to delete off my Red Dead stuff, and I got to write it all back out again, everything else. That's what took so long for the load, because I had to delete that off and reload with this, and blah 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 blah. Food! Food! And this is where everybody says that's a muted fruit right there with nothing on. I'm there with the unbelievable. Everybody says carnivore's better because you can just eat the dead bodies, but like I said, most of my gameplay is set around not killing things or attempting to avoid killing things. Hey, it's a lemonade stand. I don't know if he's got any food to buy.
Get your lemonade here. Cold, refreshing, and completely organic.
Yeah. Doesn't even use lemons. Alright. What you got? Nothing. You got absolutely nothing. Nothing, 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 nothing. Well, thanks for the lemonade.
Delicious lemonade, lovingly handcrafted with locally sourced ingredients.
Yeah, it says it's for party. Start the party, open, and it gives a boost to you and your friends. Yeah, I got some presents, but man, whatever. There with it's a monetary exchange now in the game. There are people who trade it for value. I set them at 25 to 50 caps a piece. I've seen them go as high as 200 caps a piece, which made no sense to me whatsoever. But whatever. Whatever makes you happy can't be that bad. Whatever makes you happy.
It's just about time to eat. Now that people have come back to this area, they'll all want
Yeah, I
to
can
see
sell 'em.
like Foundation.
Radio.
Do it! This is mine! I found it first.
What is
Yeah,
this?
I'm really disappointed in
fan?
this scavenger.
Who carries around a
Really
dustpan?
disappointed in that scavenger.
Now that people have come back to this area, they'll all want to be setting up places like Foundation.
Alright, where am I at? Going the wrong way. That's where I'm at. What's this? Sunny Top Line Base. I was heading for Pumpkin House, I thought. But apparently somehow I went north instead of south, and I was heading south, and somehow I switched around and headed north. Must have been the diesel truck. Oh, there's an encrypted. Too bad I'm not in my builder or my rifleman. My builder and my rifleman can melt the freaking encrypted in like seconds. Yeah, there's a pack of dogs and some super mutants over here. Occasionally some floaters there with and then inside town here in this little like community right here, there's usually some scorched or some ghouls. And kind of watch it. And here's where the dogs are usually at. Looks like super mutants this time. What does that say? Super mutant overlord. Man, I can't read red. There should be some pumpkins right here in here somewhere. Nothing like pumpkins. Yeah, I probably walked right past a patch. They're around here somewhere. I know they are. It's here somewhere.
So many pumpkins to carve. So little time.
I hate the Pit Boy light. Pumpkin pie.
So many pumpkins to carve. So little time.
Pumpkin pie. Oh, come on. Was it not counting as me eating it? At least they're trying. Maybe
So many
they'll
pumpkins
fix it
to
on the next
carve.
one. Make it to where it works a little better. I still think it was better when they were when it was separate. Eat it or something there with the blah 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 blah. Probably some programming errors or something there with the way they couldn't do it that way. See the cockroach? See the cockroach? It's alive. Weird. Mentants. Mentants. See, iguana bits. They gave me nothing for food. That's because I'm herbivore. And pumpkin pie. And I shouldn't have ate those. Should have kept them.
So many
Sugar
pumpkins to
bombs. And I'm
carve.
out.
So little time.
I don't need to go look for pumpkins now. There's like 100 pumpkins here. There with and then here's a bunch of corn and stuff here. Yeah, and a bunch of pumpkins there. Anyway. Alright, I need to go to an armor bench.
So many
Wait.
pumpkins to carve.
There's one in the garage,
So
isn't
little
there?
time.
Isn't there one in the garage? Nope. Weapons. And that's it. There used to be a tinker and a... I swear there was a tinker and an armor in here too. Alright. Or a tinker or an armor. Something like that. I don't know. Too fat to fly. Too fat to fly. Alright. Whiskey's my best friend in this game. Oh, that's where I gotta get those one thingies. There's the encrypted, and there is absolutely nobody there. Lovely. Yeah, you gotta have the minimum of 4 people. It's impossible without 4 people. come on. Thanks for hanging around. This is my base. You like it? I didn't paint the walls or put down floor things. I just been jerking around with it. There's the Raider Punk. I think that's hilarious. But okay. The supplies. I leave them open for anybody and everyone because, well, all they do is break in and steal it anyways. So, whatever.
Could I interest you in a block of concrete? The world is my
vendors. The Raider Punk's corner. There's where I did some shelving. I watched a video about putting stuff on shelves, and it worked. Did pretty good. This is a He-Man reference. There's the pumpkin and the radio. The radio works. It's Christmas presents down there, and toolbox.
Hey,
with,
wanna hear something strange?
on one base, I took mats and rugs, and I wrapped this around so that you couldn't fall. But there with the wastes, lots of. And here's the busks of White Springs. There's a couple more that are broke. I didn't put the broke ones up. There with the kitchen and the workshop. And then the Raider is the one who actually uses the bed more than I do, so it's right here, and nice little cubby hole. There with the free for anybody anytime with the, I don't know why, but you can come in here, disease, lay on the bed, and the bed doesn't get the disease. I have not yet figured out why not, but you know, whatever. Well, like I said, thanks for hanging around if you did. Sorry it took so long. You don't need the armor cards for this. The White Knight, which will lower the amount, which is, well, let me rephrase that, should lower the amount in which it takes. Secret Service armor, yeah, it's not where you'll find the underlining. The underlining's there. Oh, man. I got an infected tooth and it's making my sinuses all jacked and blah 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 blah. It's been really bad lately, and I haven't read the plan yet. Convenient. All right. Let's see here. Junk notes. Blah, 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 blah. Again, I have all these notes in here. It is a deterrent to keep people from going through my notes and looking for plans. It helps, but they still do. And some people, they get really upset when you tell them no. Secret Service underlining. Okay, see 7 and 9. Alright. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. White Knight's on. Take White Knight off. Yeah, I hadn't looked at my cards yet today. There with the I logged in and I picked this guy, and then I went straight over to switch the Red Dead to Fallout, and there with I haven't done anything without being recording. Okay, Under Armour. Dun, dun, dun. Same amount. Didn't make a difference. Okay, then go to modify. Where is it? It's here somewhere. And ooh, that's a really good Trevor piece, and that's a really good combat piece. And that's my really, really good chest piece that I'm wearing. And there is my Vault-Tec stuff. Like I said, that I carry one of those, and this is my Brotherhood Steel one, which is endurance instead of perception. I don't need the perception on this guy. And then there is mine for perception, which it helps a lot when I'm running the pipe pistols. Anyway, blah blah blah. Doesn't really matter. Okay, there it is. And modify, and modify, and modify. And there it is. 15, 15, 15, 4, 2, and 4. Alright, now back again. 9, 13, 6. No, 5, 9, 13, 5, 3, 2. Apparently I need to repair that. Vault-Tec, 5, 5, 5, 1, 2, 2, 2. And 13, 9, 5, 2, and 3. I have just replaced all of them except Vault-Tec. And I could not find this shielded lining plan for the Vault-Tec. I'm looking for 4 of them desperately. The reason why is I have the Vault 51 ones, and I like the look of the Vault 51 ones better. Anyway. And there is the Secret Service. I'll have to rename it. I may have to pull off and do some chores here in a little bit. And then rename.
What is this? Abraxo scouring for.
Just like that. And see, that stacked my numbers up a little higher and gave me a little more carrying weight. Not a lot more, but a little more. It may take a while for the full programming to take case. So yeah, that took a little while. Cell phone's dead, huh?
Yeah. Well, no. Just halfway.
No. You think I ought to feed the cows over on the Wagner place?
No, they're doing just fine today.
Well, they're over there surrounding
Minnie Bell's house?
Minnie Bell's house where Shelly's living.
There's a whole bunch up on the hill. There was this morning. I don't know.
They were over there trying to eat the oak leaves off the trees in her yard.
Okay, wait.
Over the fence. I was wondering if I hadn't go feed them.
Ask him when he comes out of the bathroom.
Okay. Anyway. That's the new stuff. And the new, and what I would recommend